Hi, boys and girls. Here's another gingerbread story. This one's Mrs. Obby's favorite. It's called The Gingerbread Baby. This was written by Jan Brett. And in her story, she always has little secrets for us, little clues about what's coming next or what's happening somewhere else. And I'll show you those as we read the story together, okay? So this is called The Gingerbread Baby by Jan Brett. There's a gingerbread house, too. The Gingerbread Baby. It was cold outside. It was warm inside. A fine day for gingerbread, thought Maddie. Maddie's mother put a big blue bowl on the table and lit the stove. Maddie took down a worn-looking cookbook with an old-fashioned writing on the cover. He opened it up to the page that said, Gingerbread Boy. So let's take a peek over here. Oh, so on the sides of all the pages, there are pictures. And there's Maddie thinking, he's looking outside. And way over here on this side, there's that old cookbook with the gingerbread boy. So there's always little secrets on the side. I'll try to remember to show them to you as we go along. They measured and they mixed, and Maddie rolled the dough into the shape of a gingerbread boy and popped it into the oven. It says, bake a full 8 minutes, no more, no less. Do not peek. Oh boy. Maddie listened to the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, 4, 5. Maddie couldn't wait any longer. He opened the oven door to take a peek, and instead of a gingerbread boy, out jumped a gingerbread baby, and he pranced around the big blue bowl. I'm the gingerbread baby, fresh from the pan. If you want me, catch me if you can. Ooh, he sounds kind of sassy, doesn't he? Maddie's mother reached for the gingerbread baby to put him back in the oven, but he ran all around the kitchen. The door opened, and in came Maddie's father. What's that delicious smell? He asked, as the gingerbread baby tumbled through his legs and outside into the yard. Okay, so here's the little secrets. This is what just happened. They made the baby, and this is what happens next. Who is he going to meet? Let's see. He ran by the tabby cat, and she switched her tail and sprang at him. They rumbled and tumbled, but the gingerbread baby came out on top. He ran towards the garden wall, and the dog caught whiff of the tasty ginger and sniffed along behind him. But the gingerbread baby was halfway up when the dog caught up. He barked and he barked as the gingerbread baby climbed over the wall. Maddie was still inside. His mother, he heard his mother and father yelling. He heard the cat meowing and the dog barking. And he heard the gingerbread shouting, catch me if you can. Maddie opened up that worn-looking cookbook for a second time. Meanwhile, the gingerbread baby wheeled on down the path and into the barn. The goats looked up as he somersaulted right across their backs. The last one tried to catch him, but the gingerbread baby was too fast. Martha and Madeline were standing by the well when the gingerbread baby stopped to take a drink. They looked at each other and they winked. Martha started to talk to him while Madeline tiptoed up behind him with the bucket. But they couldn't fool that gingerbread baby. Oh, look at the secrets. There's Maddie. He's making something new. I don't know what, but he's rolling it out over here. Remember, he had that cookbook. He took a braid from Martha, and he took a braid from Madeline, and he tied him in a knot, and he ran down the road. Back at the house, Maddie stirred, mixed, and rolled the dough. He shaped it, he put it in a pan, and into the oven. Tick-tock, 8 long minutes. This time he didn't peek. "I will catch him if I can," said Maddie to himself. Just as he was bouncing along, the gingerbread baby saw a farm wagon just ahead. He jumped in and settled down for the ride right next to the mama pig. The smell of gingerbread was just too much for her. She tossed him high in the air and closed her eyes and opened her mouth. But that gingerbread baby twisted in the air and came down hard on her porky little snout. "I am the gingerbread baby, too quick for the mother and the father, too fast for the cat and the dog and the goats, too clever for Martha and Madeline, and too smart for that mama pig. Who's left? Catch me if you can." Feeling pretty smug and sassy, the gingerbread baby strolled along by himself until he came to a bridge that crossed over to the village. Just as he got to the middle, he heard running feet behind him, and he saw that crowd of villagers up ahead. The gingerbread baby was trapped. He jumped onto the railing, backflipped through the air, and landed on a chunk of ice floating down the river. The ice bobbled along with the gingerbread baby dancing on top and singing in a loud voice, "Look at me, and what do you see? The best gingerbread baby ever!" Until his feet got cold and he had to jump ashore. Who was watching? Who's this guy? Uh-oh. Who was watching from the trees? It was a fox. He crept up behind the gingerbread baby, ready to eat him. But the fox just couldn't help himself, and he licked his chops. That means his lips. Let's move this over a little. He licked his lips. Smack, smack. And that gingerbread baby heard him just in time and ran as fast as he could. Just when the fox was catching up, the gingerbread baby saw the milk and cheese man with a can of milk. "Ooh, the perfect hiding place," he thought. He lifted the lid and lowered himself inside. He was so pleased that he sang at the top of his gingerbread voice, "Ha ha, hee hee, you'll never find me. I'm the gingerbread baby. Catch me if you can." The milk and cheese man heard that gingerbread baby voice. "Who's meddling with my milk?" he shouted, and he lifted the lid. But the gingerbread baby was ready. He jumped up and tweaked his nose. Take a look. Looks like Maddie is building he's building a gingerbread house. What's he gonna do with that, I wonder? Well, now the milk and cheese man, the fox, the villagers, the mama pig, Martha and Madeline, the bleeding goats, the barking dog, the meowing cat, the father and the mother, they were all after the gingerbread baby, and they were getting closer, and he knew it. That brash baby was not as peppy and as proud as he had been. Well, he sniffed a familiar smell and followed his nose into the woods. Oh, he couldn't believe what he saw. There in the middle of the clearing was a gingerbread house frosted with sugar, covered with candy, and doors with peppermint handles wide open. The gingerbread baby clapped his hands with glee, and he ran inside. Okay, so let's see. On this side are all the people that are chasing him. And on this side, it's Maddie. He's hiding on him. He was the one who made the house. In a tick-tock-tick, everyone arrived in the clearing, but all they found were a few bits of frosting, and peppermint candy, and some crumbs. And the father exclaimed, "The gingerbread baby has finally met his match. I wonder who it was. Let's go home and tell Maddie." So on this side is the fox. He didn't get the treat. And on this side is Maddie. He took the house. "Hello, Maddie," said his father when they got home. "We never did catch the gingerbread baby. All we found were some crumbs in the snow." "Hey, I've seen you've been very busy," looking at his gingerbread house. "Too bad we never caught that gingerbread baby." "Yeah, too bad," said Maddie. And only Maddie could hear the tiny little voice from inside that gingerbread house. "Look, I have to open it up. He's inside." There he is. "I'm the gingerbread baby, lucky as can be, to be living in a house that Maddie made for me." Oh, there he is. He was living in that house. That's what Maddie made. That was awesome. Jan Brett's book always have little secrets on the side. So if you ever read another book by her, you'll know to look on the side and really use your I Spy eyes when you're reading.